Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA.
Where we bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day off the AFA way. We are truly trying to decrease stigma around what it means to feel good and be high. So,
Yeah.
Mark, how do we start it? What's AFA mean? What is AFA
AFA,
all about?
baby, you're absolutely fucking amazing exactly as you are. Can't
Exactly.
say it any more clear than that. And if you can't look in the mirror and say, I am absolutely fucking amazing, then we're here to remind you.
We're here to remind
Get to
you,
that point. Absolutely.
everybody, look in the camera right now.
Yeah.
Look at us right now and just say, I am absolutely fucking amazing,
And
just
you
the
are.
way I am.
No need to be any different or better or change anything or learn anything more. You are in your true nature, always from the beginning, absolutely fucking amazing. So, welcome to Tuesday, February 2nd, everybody. And Terpene Tuesday, a hug and a nug. This is a great day. I love these. It's so much good little science tidbit, Sherry.
I know
And
we're such like cannabis nerds. We love this stuff.
I
It's just
know.
really
I am a cannabis nerd. Who knew?
me too. Who
Oh,
knew? Me neither.
right. So let's start with the daily love because we love to start with the daily love. And today I pulled from a book called Your Erroneous Zones by Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Ooh,
It was his first book. And he wrote, I'm really not even sure how many books he wrote, but this was a beauty. This put him on the map. You know what I mean? And
I
so,
do.
from this erroneous zone, today's reading is about being in the present moment. And here, I'll just give you a clip from it. The present moment, that elusive time which is always with you, can be most beautifully experienced if you allow yourself to get lost in it. Drink in all of
Mhm.
every moment and tune out that past which is over and the future which will arrive in time. Seize the present moment as the only one you have. And remember, wishing, hoping, and regretting are the most common and dangerous tactics for evading the present.
Yes, because it takes us out of the now, right? What
It,
time? What time is it, Mark?
you
It's
know what?
now.
Now, 8:05, and it's now. So, Sherry,
Now.
this moment right
Yes,
now is not going to
right
ever
now.
happen again. This is the only
Ever.
time we have to be in this moment, me and you, and everybody who's watching. It's the only time that we'll have this moment, this moment. How
Right.
special is
Yes.
that? So here's how we live. If if things get perfect in the future, then I'm going to be happy. If I make enough money, then things are really going to be okay. Well, I'm in a money seminar, and we learned last night. You know what one myth is?
What's the
That
mess?
money solves problems.
Mm,
And we spent the whole night discussing how money doesn't solve problems at all. The
no.
problems are
It
still
can.
there. You may think that money solves them, but it's not. Anyway, present moment, being present.
Being present, when you are present with a person, just like when we are present with our
Yeah.
patients that we're working it with, what are
Mhm.
we truly giving them? We're giving them a present of connection, right? So
Right.
it's the true, the biggest gift you can give someone is your presence, is your ear, is your love, is your
Yeah.
heart, right?
There
Is
was
that
courses.
connection.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Cher.
No, that's okay, love.
Yeah, so there were some times and courses that I've taken over the past that have kind of given training around active listening, right? Because we listen to respond. But if you can be in the present moment, like with you, I just interrupted you because I was already thinking about what I was going to say about what you had to say, right? So that's not active listening. Active
Right.
listening is being present with you and blocking out all of that automation of I'm going to think and listen to respond to whatever she says with some really witty response or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Active
It's
listening is just listening to what you have to say. So I'm going to listen now, Sherry.
But can I tell you what's funny about that too? Is I'm not gonna lie, I do it all the time. I'm just gonna
We all do.
confess that, but here's the reason why. I'm gonna justify it. Sometimes, especially in the morning or when I'm excited, my mind is constantly going. and I don't want to forget. So that's what it is I know that I want to add something, I want to contribute. And if like, so in other words, sometimes I get like a little pad of paper out and I'll write it down if it's a good point. If not, I'll just let it go. But I get what you mean. Being present for someone, listening, being in the moment, paying attention. So this is the interesting thing too, and I think we talked about this before, is me doing these shows with you. And here's it's a funny little thing, is my screens are separated. So for people that are out there, so I'm looking at the screen right now, but I can see nothing but a green dot. So basically what that is teaching me is how to sit back and
Yeah.
really listen instead of me watching Mark's mouth,
Mhm. And my mouth can
right?
move.
My mouth
Sherry,
can move.
it's really cool if we just to kind of wrap up the active listening thing. I went on a date one time and I'd been in some course and I was really working on active listening. And I thought, okay, I'm going to actively listen to this girl that I'm on this date with, right? First date, didn't know each other. I listened the whole time and I let her talk the whole time. Like I didn't really share anything about me, but I was really actively listening to her and what she had to say. And we got up to leave and she turned and she said, you know, I think you're probably one of the most interesting people that I've ever had on a first date. She didn't know
You
anything
know,
about me, but because I was present and listening actively to her, it was a special moment.
that's really funny. So did you have a second date?
Yeah, she did warrant a second date. Yeah,
That's
it
good.
was a
All
sec
right.
it was a second date. Yeah.
That's good. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. So what about the word of the day? What is the word of the day today, Mark?
Oh, my word of the day is present.
Good. I agree. I think I'm gonna use that word as well.
Yes.
Um, we are your gifts as we are present with you right here,
That's
right
right. If
now.
you're present, you're a present to whoever you're
Yes.
with.
Yeah. So really quickly too, our
Yep.
health tool of the day, I'm going to just reiterate the breath work that we're doing. The breath work has been, really, really fascinating. One of the epiphanies that I came to is how much freedom is there that you can change your perception, change your consciousness with a few deep breaths. So this is really, really, really important. It is a tool that you will carry with you at all times. And
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you that it works because it does work. If you can change with that big, deep inhale with conscious breathing, can truly change how you think, how you perceive, how you respond to information. And I'm so grateful that Mark introduced Jacques Theron to the Green Nurses because we've been having an amazing time learning about breath work, consciousness, and transformation. Wouldn't you say it's a two thumbs up?
Oh my gosh, it's not even, you think breath work, well, he's going to tell me how to breathe. I do that automatically. It is so much more than just the breath. Like there's so much around it. And oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but every one of them has been different.
Different. Yeah,
And
me too.
yesterday's at the end was just about as calm and relaxed as I've been, and I can't tell you how long. And it was
Yeah.
all because we did this intense breath work to walk through all of that to de-stress. Yeah, it was
Yep.
amazing. Mhm.
It was great.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So
Woo.
back to Tidbit Tuesday, your hugs and
Yeah.
nugs. And we're doing terpenes today. So, Mark, what's a terpene?
Oh my God, that is a good question, Sherry. So a terpene's an organic compound. It's a chemical that produces specific smells and tastes. And they're found in cannabis, essential oils, plants, trees, food, and primarily they help ward off attacks from animals, insects, and fungus during the growth cycle of the plant. So the plants create these to just keep them safe. And so when a cannabis plant goes through the curation process, the terpenes become oxidized, resulting in what we know now as terpenoids.
Excellent. And
Mm,
terpenes contribute to the entourage effect and they have their own healing properties.
they
The
most certainly
entourage effect, yeah, it's amazing. Dr. Russo suggests that utilizing cannabinoids and terpenoids together produces a more potent medicinal effect rather than just using the isolated compounds alone. So, another way of saying that is the whole of the plant is greater than its individual parts. So,
yes,
today's
yeah,
terpene, and I'm eucalyptol. Eucalyptol. often referred to as cineol.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Mark, what's the history around that?
All right, first identified by a French chemist, Francois Clouet, and it's used throughout history, as a cough suppressant, a mood lifter, and an antibacterial cleanser.
How does it smell?
Oh, strong, cool, minty fragrance.
Ooh,
Yes.
that sounds amazing. And
Oh.
where else is it found, Mark? Where else is this terpene found?
Well, Sherry, thanks for asking. Okay, sweet basil, rosemary, sage, bay leaves, camphor laurel, tea tree, eucalyptus, right? Eucalyptus kind of makes sense because the name of it is
Eucalyptol.
eucalyptus. So think of
Yeah.
eucalyptus, that strong, minty, cool smell that you get from eucalyptus. It is from that terpene because it's resident in whatever plant they use, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Love it. That's what I love so much about terpenes is that it's not only just found in the cannabis plant, but it's found in so many different other things that we can incorporate into our lives.
We've
So
been
the
using it
benefits,
for thousands of years, right?
thousands of years. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's really fun and it's just a new educational tool for people because you can learn about these different micronutrients, plants, essential oils that you can incorporate into your life. So the
Mhm.
benefits of this terpene are really, really cool.
Yeah.
We actually have some numbers when it comes to studies as well, which is kind of fun. So the
Mhm.
benefits of eucalyptol is it's an anti-inflammatory,
Yeah.
an analgesic, decreases pain, an antioxidant, which protects our cells,
Yes.
antibacterial, antifungal,
Mhm.
anti-cancer, and it has mental benefits. I love this. It enhances memory, it can boost cognitive function, and it's been shown and promising in studies for Alzheimer's. It also helps the respiratory system. So this is the part that's cool too, and I'm going to post an article on this later.
Well, yeah,
There was
remember
just a
Vapor Rub with eucalyptus,
yes, but
right?
this is an interesting thing. Cannabis, which we're going to talk about in a second,
Mhm.
just published an article. And in the article, it talked about this particular terpene, eucalyptol,
Ooh.
and how it might be beneficial
Mhm.
in working with viral infections, upper respiratory viral infections, such as the virus that's going around right now without saying it. It's a really great article. We're not supposed to make any cures or claims or anything like that, but it's a really cool article that looks into this particular terpene in combination with the rest of the cannabis plant and
Right.
how they're seeing that it might be very beneficial for people that have these upper respiratory viral
Mhm.
infections. So today, eucalyptol is used in the wellness industry for massage oil, balms,
Ooh.
aromatherapy, cough
Mhm.
drops, mouthwash, and used in sinus medications because these terpenes actually help in breathing. Really cool.
Mhm. Mhm. Like I
Yep.
said, Vicks Vapor Rub, remember, it's got eucalyptus in it, right? It's that strong smell. It opens up the airway. It increases the size of the air passages, the bronchioli, right? In the lung.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Where oxygen exchange happens. So you have these little pockets that actually the oxygen, you have oxygen exchange from venous blood to arterial blood, and then that arterial blood circulates through the system. We want oxygen rich blood to be circulating through our
Right.
systems because that oxygen rich blood feeds our tissues, feeds our organs
Back to
to
the
keep
breath
us.
work. Back to the breath work, and so here's a little tidbit about breathing, if we're gonna talk about eucalyptus and breathing and that exchange. When you hold your breath, I always thought that urge to wanna take that next breath, to let it go and breathe again, I always thought that urge was driven by the fact that the body needs oxygen. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's that the body needs to get rid of the carbon dioxide. The cells have plenty of oxygen to last for a while. They don't need more oxygen. The body needs to get rid of the carbon dioxide. So that's what drives that respiration. I thought that was pretty
That
cool.
makes
Just a
sense.
little tidbit
It
if
is
we're going
pretty
to do
cool.
Tidbit Tuesday.
I actually like that tidbit, and I'm just going to tell you, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
really cool. I
learned
just
that
learned
just a little
something.
while ago, and I thought it was. Who told me that? It was the guy who holds the world record for free diving. It's this,
Ooh, there you
yeah,
go.
it's this guy he's trying to beat his own record now. He was in the I think in the where is it in the Bahamas, I think, where the blue hole is. That's where he does his free
Mhm.
dive. And so that was part of his presentation, was that explanation that it's that drive to get rid of this carbon dioxide, which is not good in the body. So that's it.
Right. Carbon dioxide does not does not feed our tissues. It's the exhale, it's the getting rid of. That's
Yeah.
interesting. I love that.
Funny thing
So
yesterday, Sherry, I'm sorry. Funny thing
no, it's
yesterday in
okay.
breath work at the end, I've always had a hard time when we do that, when we're doing the breath work practice on the exhale and holding that exhalation, right? I want to breathe so bad. I want that oxygen, that spirit back in. And yesterday, I was at the end, I was on an exhalation and I was just holding it for, it seemed like minutes and minutes and minutes. And I didn't need to breathe. I was just completely out of oxygen. Everything was out of my body. It was an
That's
amazing moment.
that is cool. That is,
Mm,
and can I tell you, when I had that experience too, but it was interesting is once I had that experience, I felt like
mm.
I was getting out of my body. So it was really weird,
Yes.
like just whoop,
Yep.
out of body, that out of body experience.
People pay money for drugs that make them feel like that. We did it with
I
breath.
know. That's all
Whoa.
we did was
Double brain
breathe.
nurses.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So
So,
anyways, we're going to wrap it up here with eucalyptol. So there's specific studies in cannabis that
mhm,
support efficacy for anxiety and panic disorders,
mhm,
asthma,
mhm.
bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, also known as COPD,
Yep.
menstrual pain and associated conditions. And so
Mm.
what I thought was great too is these studies, there was 30 total, 19 primary and 11 related. So I'm
Yep.
not really sure exactly what that means. Mark and I are just exploring this really cool tool, Canakeys. It's been available,
Yeah.
and it really looks at science and research and
Mhm.
provides substantiation and just information that you're just not going to find anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, and primary
Anyways, in my
studies
experience,
are just about, they're looking at eucalyptus, and related
in
studies will
particular.
be something that came out of another study that had eucalyptus in there
So
somewhere.
it kind of tags along the
Yeah.
eucalyptus journey, the study.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the
Right.
other
So
interesting thing that too, we'll talk about strains, and then I want to talk about safety precautions. So Mark,
let's
what
do it.
strains? What
So,
strains?
you know, we love the names of the strains, don't we? They're just so medicinal sounding. Girl Scout cookies, which of course I'm a huge fan of all things named Girl Scout cookies.
Thin mint.
Super Silver Haze,
Mhm.
Headband, and Bubba Kush.
Bubba Kush. So those are the main ones that had eucalyptol, terpene, and higher concentrations.
Right?
But we, as we talk about, and we educate, is that the strain names are great, but we're kind of medical professionals are getting away from that because we're looking at
Mhm.
ratios of THC to CBD and the other cannabinoids, terpene profiles, and combinations. So it's really interesting how we're getting away from that. But the strain names to me make me smile and laugh, and it's a good reference point
Absolutely.
too. It's a good
Yeah.
learning point. It's a great learning tool.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So so we are in favor of cannabis. We are in favor of terpenes. We love this plant, but there's also some safety things that we need to talk about. And one of the things too, is we just talked about this amazing terpene, which we love and is very beneficial and helpful.
Mhm.
However, in high doses, it can be toxic. Okay. So it's really important for people to know that when it's not found in foods or other items, and say you just decide to go get that terpene, you need to be really, really careful
Yeah.
because low doses are beneficial to the respiratory tract, the nervous system, and the immune system. But
Mhm.
high doses, if you just start taking this terpene, they could do the opposite effect. So this is just a little safety reminder. And if you just think about it, Mark, too, very similar to cannabis.
Yeah.
So when patients are using cannabis for nausea, it can relieve nausea.
Mhm.
But I've also seen if people take too much,
Yeah.
they throw up. So,
Very well known about THC and anxiety. Low dose decreases anxiety. Higher dose of THC causes anxiety.
yes.
And
So
so
we are
here, just
truly
one last thing, Sherry,
sure.
on that low, toxic and high doses. Let's keep in mind that water in high doses can kill you. So everything, it's not that eucalyptus is an awful thing.
No,
It's
it's
the
wonderful.
dose. It's the amount that you take. It's either
Mount.
beneficial or not.
Yes. And so, and oftentimes too, which is people, it's just very different than traditional medicine. Plant medicine, oftentimes is less is more. And that's the part that people think that, oh no, I need more and more and more to get the same effect. And we're here to tell you, no, you don't. It's about the endocannabinoid system, and it's about auto-regulating it. It's about
Mhm.
bringing homeostasis or balance through multiple modalities, not only cannabinoids, but other health and wellness tools.
Yes.
So it
Woo!
has been a great Terpene Tuesday. We covered eucalyptol. And if you or someone you love is suffering from chronic illness, chronic pain, or you're interested in learning how to incorporate cannabis into your daily routine,
Mhm.
or my favorite, if you're kind of curious and you want to learn how to have a safe adult use experience, come visit us at www.thegreennurse.com.
And you know what I'm going to say now. If you're in the healthcare space, if you're helping people be healthy anywhere in that spectrum, you got to join us. We will help you understand how to bring cannabis to the ones that you are trying to help be healthy. And it will make them healthier. It will make them happy. Absolutely. And hey, just let's give a shout out before we say goodbye. Cheryl, thanks for stopping by. Carrie Lee,
Hey,
so good to
Cheryl.
see you. Of course, good to
Oh,
see you. And Robin, happy Groundhog Day. Woo, come
happy
on flying.
Groundhog Day. Oh, did he see his shadow?
I don't know. I don't know what time they take that poor
They
little
do the read?
out of his hole, but yeah, happy Groundhog Day,
Yeah.
everybody.
Happy
And,
Groundhog.
I'm gonna have an AFA day because I'm gonna be present in every moment. This moment right now has been spectacular because I got to see all of you guys. I got to be with my partner, Sherry, and, I just wanna honor that this has been just an amazing moment in time, and I'm so appreciative for all of you who stop by and listen.
Yes, and we are here to truly bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing.
Mhm.
Have an AFA day and remember what it's all about. It's
You
about
know.
living your best life.
Woo! All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.